Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight, you have come to join me on this webinar where we're going to discuss Project 1000. I'm sure some of you saw my post. You decided to register just off the excitement of what exactly is Project 1000. Maybe you're thinking, how can I become a part of Project 1000? Or maybe tonight, by the end of this webinar, I will inspire you to start your own project. I'm very excited about doing this webinar. This is my very first webinar for my business, for my life. And I think if everything goes well, I'm going to start having webinars every Wednesday at 8 p.m. just so that I can connect with other like-minded people, other people that are into business, those that have their own businesses. And I just want to make sure that I create an avenue or a venue where we can all meet up. We can discuss great things. I'll start bringing on some guest panelists and we can just ask questions and share and help each other move forward within our lives and within our business. So with that being said, I'll give you a small bit of background about myself. My name is Nico Washington. I like to be called Miss Rise and Grind. I thought that was kind of neat because each day we wake up with purpose. If you don't wake up with purpose, I suggest that you sit down and you really think about the things that you want out of life and find out what your purpose is so you can start walking in it. But we decide to wake up each day by the grace of God, and we wake up with purpose, whether it's to help someone, whether it's to change someone's life, whether it's to go to work to support our families, or whether it is to start a business so that you can be free of time and money to do the things that you've always wanted to do. And that's a part of the reason, not only why I'm sharing Project 1000 today, but that's a part of the reason why I decided to get in business for myself. So I am a PE teacher. I work with kids all day long. Sometimes it's very strenuous, it's very stressful because we all know kids can be very challenging. And I pray every day before I go into that classroom because I know that I don't know what to expect from kids, just like sometimes they don't know what to expect from me. But what I do know is being a leader in life and in business, that I have to go into that classroom every day and I have to show my children that there's a better way to do things. You can be positive, you can be nice to people, you can care for others and not hurt their feelings, and you can still get the same outcomes that you want out of life by giving value, being sharing and caring, and not being evil. So it's a work in progress, but I can slowly see the change in my students, and that is very exciting to me. So one of the reasons that we're doing this webinar tonight is because I just want to start getting close to other people. I want to be able to create space where we can just get together and talk about anything, business-wise, life-wise. Maybe you have questions about things on your job and you need some help figuring out how to handle those things. Or maybe you just want to share something awesome that happened in your life today or maybe yesterday. I think it's important for us to have those type of avenues because sometimes you need extra encouragement or you need a place where you can vent, you can share, you can ask questions. So I plan on creating that place for you guys every Wednesday here at 8 p.m. Now, the direction of my life. I've been teaching for about 10 years. And one thing I'm sure we all know about teaching is that educators do not get paid very well. I think you truly can reach some sort of income potential once you've been teaching for about, I would say, 30 to 40 years. But honestly, in this economy and with people wanting to start families and wanting to travel, how many of us actually have 30 or 40 years to spend in a job? And then once you get to those 40 years, you actually have the time to travel and then start a family. Those things just don't mix. So I was thinking, how can I truly live the life that I want to live if I'm waking up every day, fighting traffic to and from work, which is about 2 hours out of my day, and then I'm spending about 8 hours in a building that I have to clock into, that I don't get to control, and I'm doing something that somebody else created. I love educating kids, but that's not my only sole purpose in life. So then I had to start thinking out of the box. If I know that this 9 to 5 is not going to create the avenue or source of income or the source of freedom that I want in my life, what else can I do? What other avenues can I take to make sure that I am financially stable and I also have the time freedom that I want to maybe go pick my grandparents up to have lunch or drive up to the beach and stay for a couple of days and not be tired down to calling in sick or making up an excuse why I can't come to work. I don't want to have to do those things. I don't want to have to punch in a clock. I don't want to have to get a fake doctor's note to take off an extra day because I ran out of days. I just want to wake up and I want to live and change people's lives. So I said, you know what? The best thing for me to do is to start a business. So my initial thought was a cupcake business. So I have a cupcake business. It's called Cupcakes by Nicole, and it is doing very well. But the first dilemma with this is I'm living at home with my mom, which will change in about 2 months. So we can get excited about that. I'll be a homeowner in May or April, May. But because I live here and I know that this is not my house, it's hard to promote and bring in as many customers as possible because I know this isn't my house. So that means I have to juggle kitchen time, using the oven, refrigerator space. I have to juggle those things with my parents. And because I can't be greedy and take over the kitchen scene, which I would love to do, I can't take over those things. So I have to be mindful and respectful that this is my mom's house. And until I step out on my own, I choose to only promote so much so that I do not become a problem in the house because I would like to get along until it's time for me to get out. So with that being said, that hinders the amount of money I can make. And that's not freeing up my time because when I really sat down and started thinking about the cupcake business, unless I start training people, which I'm not going to do in my house or my parents' house, then that means I would have to bake for the rest of my life. And even with baking for the rest of my life, that's not creating time freedom. So now I'm changing my bracket as far as my income, but now you're talking about baking all day long. And I can tell you an order of 36 cupcakes can take up to about 2 to 3 hours with making your icing, put it in the refrigerator so it can frost. There's a lot that comes with baking, so that's not my ultimate goal. So then I had to sit back down and think again. There has to be a better opportunity for me besides baking or working a 9 to 5 that can give me the same pleasure of giving back, but it creates the financial and time freedom so that I can truly do the things that I want to do on a daily basis. And that's how I got into network marketing. And I must say that it has changed my life. So I can be honest, and I'm sure some of you have done the same thing. You might have tried different network marketing businesses. I think my first one was Cutco knives. Why I decided to sell knives, I will never know. But of course, they tell you the same things. Make a list, call your family and friends, see who's willing to help you out. Maybe some of them will join your team, and so on and so forth. So I was able to sell, I think, 3 knife sets. My grandmother bought a pair of the scissors, and she still uses those scissors till today because she's still amazed that you can cut a penny with a pair of scissors. She shows me all the time. But that was it. So I never got any team members, and I only sold a couple sets. So that means I wasn't making any money. Then I think I moved into Mary Kay. I did that for a while. But once again, if you're choosing a business avenue to take, or you want to start your own business, make sure it's something that hits you from the heart. Make sure it's something that you truly want to do deep down inside and you can see yourself doing it for a long time. Because to be honest, I don't even like makeup. I might give you some eye mascara and some lip gloss, but to put foundation and eyeshadow and cheek shadow and nose shadow every day, it begins to be exhausting. And I will never forget one thing that my mentor taught me in Mary Kay, and she said, no matter where you're going, you should always have your face on. And this started to become nerve-wracking. So if I wake up 2 o'clock in the morning to go get a Slurpee, I have to put on a full face. That's when I knew Mary Kay was not for me. And I can say that I was pretty successful in Mary Kay when I first started. Although I didn't stay in long enough to obtain business partners, I was having facials and parties almost every weekend. So the business was a good business, but it just wasn't for me. So now we're back at the drawing table. Then I came into another network marketing company. I won't mention their name, but they're having some struggles right now. But once again, quick money. I was thinking quick money. What can I do that's going to put some money in my pocket today that I can keep accruing while I work, which means I'm still in the wrong mindset. How do I reach time freedom if I'm adding more jobs or businesses on and I'm not freeing up my time? And then I came into Project 1000. And this is when my life truly started to change. With this network marketing business, not only am I able to change people home from my car, I can do it on my lunch break at work. And this is how I know that I'm in the right business, because not only am I helping people, but I'm helping myself. And what I mean by helping myself is I am creating a system that eventually will be 100% automated, which I think is beyond amazing. So with this automated system, I'm able to do the daily things that I want to do, and the business will continue to run regardless of where I am. So let me give you an example. I could call up my best friend today and say, hey, Casey, you know what? Let's go to Atlantic City for 3 days. And we can take this trip for 3 days, and I cannot touch my business at all. But when I get home on that third day and I check my email, I might have some new leads, or I might have a couple of sales. That's what business is for me now. Now that my mind is clear and my heart is set on what it wants to do, I know exactly what I need to do and how I'm going to get it done to free up my time and to free up my money so I can help others do the same. So let's talk a little bit about Project 1000. I'm a part of a team called Power Quantum, and I must say that these are some of the most amazing people I've ever met in my entire life. And the reason I wanted to share this all with you tonight is because I can't even say that I have a handful of loving, caring, willing to go all out for you type of people in my life right here in my own backyard. But on Power Quantum, I have friends and teammates from North Carolina, from New Jersey, from Florida. We've got teammates and friends in New Zealand. The impact that these people have had on my life has been amazing. And this is exactly what I've been looking for. I couldn't imagine life without my Power Quantum team at this point. We encourage each other. We help each other move forward. If we have problems or questions, we're able to communicate with each other and get things done. And we just do things as a team. And I know that with any business, you need a team, whether it's a behind the scenes team, whether you have upfront business partners, whether you have somebody doing promotions for you, whatever the case may be, business is done better with a team. Because if you're a business of one, then you won't be freeing up your time because you'll always be working. So let's get a little bit more into Project 1000. With my team from Power Quantum, our goal is to create a mastermind group of 1,000 members or more, because it will grow past 1,000, that are willing to step out on faith and do whatever it takes to live the life that they want to live, to fulfill those dreams they had as a little kid, and not to sit back and watch life pass them by. This brings me back to a story when I was a kid. When I was very little, the first thing I wanted to be was a lawyer. But it's not because I wanted to be a lawyer. It's because that's what my family told me. They said, Nico, you love to argue and you love to talk so much. You should be a lawyer. And they say when things are repeated to you, or when you repeat things and things become repetitive, then you start to take on the shape or form of those thoughts. And then you live your life in such a way. So growing up, through the mid of elementary school, that's what I told everybody. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a lawyer. And then that changed. Then my mindset changed because then I was thinking, I need to get a job that's making a lot of money so I can live the dreams that I want to live. So then I thought, you know what? I'm going to become a physical therapist. My mom had a great friend. She was a physical therapist. She took me to her job. She allowed me to go in the hospital, watch her work out with patients. And I thought that what she did was life changing. To be able to work with people who have injuries, who are coming back and recovering from surgery, to help them get back to 100%. To me, that takes dedication, and you have to love and care about people to spend that type of time with them, because it does take a lot of time to recover from injuries or from surgery. So I thought that was awesome. But once again, another roadblock. When I got to my freshman year of college, I passed all of my regular ed courses. When it was time to step into my major and I declared physical therapy, my schedule was full of science classes. I must not lie. When I was in high school, I hated biology. I hated physical science. Chemistry, the only reason I love chemistry is because my teacher was great and she used to bring me snacks. I can be honest, we all had that one class. We hated it, but something made us keep going back. My teacher was the bomb. So that's why I kept going to chemistry. But I didn't like science. So that roadblock took me another path, and that's how I came into kinesiology, which is the study of body movement, and I decided to be a PE teacher. So when you're thinking about the things that our parents or our grandparents or our teachers instilled in us in high school, the American dream back then was to go to school, graduate high school, go to college, declare a major, graduate, and then you're going to get a job within your field and become successful. But how many of us can truly say that we're actually working in a field with the degree that we earned in college? I can say that I got lucky, but I can tell you right now that at my job, there's at least two handfuls of people that either don't have degrees in different subjects, and are doing something totally different. Matter of fact, my coworker, he used to be a classroom teacher last year, so he was teaching third grade. He just decided over the summer to take the practice exam for PE, and he just so happened to pass it. And then guess what? He became my coworker. So with a regular job, I guess that's okay. But in business, this is not something you can just fly by night and get it done. This has to be something that you are willing to dedicate your life to. You're willing to go all out and do whatever it takes to get to that next level. And that's how I finally got here to Project 1000. So with all the training and the jobs and the different schools that I've worked at, the different people, what I finally come to the conclusion is I want to be in business for myself. You deal with so many different personalities and attitudes when you think of just the children alone. But when you add that on the side of the adults, that's when teaching and working a 9 to 5 became an issue for me. I go to work and I try to be as happy as possible, and I try to send those vibes to my students and my coworkers, because we all go through things. But one thing I've learned is whatever I'm dealing with outside of work should stay outside of work. And I can honestly say that a lot of my coworkers have not learned that. So the workplace becomes stressful. And I know one thing, God did not put us on this earth to get jobs, to work in and day out, and to be stressed. That's not a good part of life. Stress brings what? Extra weight. For some, you lose a lot of weight. It makes you want to eat. Sometimes it leads to other things like drinking, depression. And that's not what I want for my life. I want to be able to wake up happy every day, thanking God for waking me up and giving me another opportunity to meet another awesome person or awesome people, and for us to go out and change the world. That is my objective and that is my goal. So here in Project 1000, my mission as a part of my team of Power Quantum is to at least, at minimum, bring in 300 members. And you know what the members are going to do? The members are going to join this team, Project 1000, not for me. It's not for any commissions for me. You guys are going to join this team because you can finally see the dreams that you want for yourself, for your family, for your life, and you actually can reach your hand out and obtain them. And I think that's one of the problems with society today. We have so many people that don't even believe in themselves. They don't believe in their journey. They don't believe why they're going through what they're going through. So they choose to knock other people down. And I refuse to be a part of that. I'm here to let you know that whatever dreams you had as a child, whatever dreams are sitting in the back of your heart and mind today, you need to bring those back to the forefront and you need to fight for what you want. I am 33. I'm finally moving into my first home. And I'll tell you that it has been a rocky road up until this point because these are things I could have had a long time ago. But because I wasn't properly taught or because I didn't believe that I could obtain certain things, I didn't go after what I wanted. And this is crazy to me because if I think about the very first job I got my very first teaching job 3 days after I graduated from college, which to most is amazing because most people don't walk away from college graduation and get a job right away. 3 days after graduation, I was hired for a full-time position. So I was blessed. But let's talk about the amount of time and money that was wasted. Being young, not knowing about stocks, investments, not knowing about saving money, not knowing about how to move forward with my money as far as putting it away or putting it towards something positive like my own house. Nobody taught me those things. There wasn't a single financial class that I took in college. So I pretty much went in college and came out the same way. I went in with a little bit of knowledge and I came out with maybe a little bit more knowledge in a different subject. But college did not equip me for the life that I want to live. So that's why I have taken it upon myself to join this team of Power Quantum and do exactly that. My mindset is so clear right now and I know exactly what I want. And guess what? I'm going to declare it to you right now. In the next 90 days, my objective is to bring in at minimum 300 members to Power Quantum, not only because I want them to be a part of Project 1000, but because I know a lot of you out there are hurting. A lot of you out there are scared to take that step outside that box that you can literally step outside of and grab a hold of your dreams and run towards the finish line. But some of you are just too afraid to do that. So I'm here to tell you, anything is possible. If you have one inkling of doubt that you can obtain the things that you want out of life, guess what? Get a book, find a great audio. If you can't find one, message me on Facebook and I will give you a few suggestions. And let's work on changing your mindset today so you can get closer to your future by tomorrow. You don't want to wait because time is short. And I believe that once these 300 people come into Project 1000 with me, we're going to 10x it, and then it's going to be 3,000. And then it's going to be 30,000 because guess what? There is enough money, there's enough time freedom, there is enough life for all of us to live. And I know that one of my purposes in life is to make sure that I can touch as many people as possible and let them know that whatever they want out of life, they can have it if they are willing to do the work. And the funny thing about this is I've been a member of Power Quantum. It'll be a year in April. And I did not get this epiphany until our last leadership meeting, which was in Las Vegas. Before that, I was tiptoeing around my future. I would do a few things that my leaders taught me to do, and then I would pick it back up, and I would fall off, and I would pick it back up. But guess what? Time waits for no one. Your future shouldn't have to wait for you either, because if you truly want those dreams, and if you truly want those aspirations to come, to become a reality for you, then you need to step up and you need to get it done. Nobody's going to hold your hand, and we don't know if we're promised tomorrow. So I refuse to sit back another day and not take a chance on life. I go to work with people that complain and are sad and depressed and mad every day. And you know what? That's another reason why I started Project 1000, because I refuse to go another year at the same job where you have people who don't believe in themselves, who don't believe in the children they're teaching, who don't believe in the system for it to work. And how can something grow if people don't even believe in what they're doing? Prime example. I've got a fourth grade class at my job, and they've lost one of their teachers. And we know that children get attached to us. So if a child sees that you're gone or they see that you don't care, that gives the child a reason to act out. And right now, the fifth graders are at school and they are acting out. So I'm trying to figure out, how can I will these kids back in? Because although I do want to walk away from my job, I do still want to help children, but I want to do it in my own arena where I'm in full control and I know that I can experiment and do things the way I want to do them, that I know will be successful for each child to learn and be successful in life. But in my school, the fourth graders are struggling. So until that day that I choose to walk away from my job, I'm going to give those children 110%, because the children are truly our future. Your children, other people's children, if I choose to have children, which I'm not too sure, so let's not claim that tonight. But those are our future. Those are our future leaders and business partners. And if we don't prepare them now, they're going to be even more lost as they get older. I was lost in high school. I was lost in college. I knew that I want to graduate, but was I doing it for me, or was I doing it for my parents that told me that's what you were supposed to do? Now, don't get it wrong. I'm not knocking college, because that's where you find yourself, you meet new people, you have new experiences. And for some, they want to go to college to learn more and to move into a specific field. But what if I told you that you could do everything that you want to do and achieve in your dreams without going to college? What if I told you there was another way to gain the knowledge and experience that you want to further your business if you have one? What if I told you that there was knowledge and courses you could take outside of college to start a business? What if I told you I had a system, a flawed system, that if you put in the work and you were willing to do whatever it takes for yourself, for your family, and for your future, that you could have every single item on your list? What could that do for your mindset? What could that do for your heart? Think about the changes you can make in your life today to live the life that you want to live tomorrow. See, we're planning far ahead, but we don't have to wait 30 or 40 years to retire from a job to get the things that we want. If we're willing to do whatever it takes now and join up with Project 1000, guess what? You can start living the life you want today. You know, something that's great about what I've learned with Project 1000 and the Power Quantum team is that my dreams were too small. Some of us just want to find a house and we want to move in it. So kudos to those who actually go out and build their house. I'm excited about Project 1000 because I'm in another project as we speak. And this project is my very first home. So guess what? It's not built the way that I want it. It's not the ideal home for me, but it's a project. And you get to have fun with projects. So right now, I have somebody inside that house tearing down walls, building my kitchen the way I want it, building the basement the way I want it, creating the closets that I want. And I'm telling you, I'm living the life that I've always wanted to live. I'm doing things for me. One of the best things I can give you tonight on this webinar is something that I learned from one of my leaders. Her name is Cassandra Lee. She's a part of the Power Couple. And you know what she told me at my very first event? Money tears us down. Money controls the way we live, it controls the way we think, and it controls the things we do. But what if you saw money for exactly what it was? It's a thought. I even think about this now when you deal with bill collectors. Like, you're calling me asking for all this money, but you never gave me a dime. You sent me an email. And once I started to process that, I said, you know what? Money will not control me. Student loans will not control me. A cell phone bill will not control me. I'm going to take my money and do whatever it takes to invest in myself, to invest in my education, to make sure that I'm able to invest in my family and my future today. Because I don't want to wait 40 years from now to finally be able to live the life that I want to live. I want to live it yesterday. So if you have dreams and aspirations and you need some guidance and help on how to get there, guess what? You are supposed to be on this webinar because you're supposed to be a member of Project 1000. And if you can see yourself locking arms with me and becoming a part of this project, I want you to message me after this webinar, and I'm going to give you all the information you need, because guess what? It is time for us to put our feet down, excuse me, and it's time for us to fight for what we want. If you're ready to start living the life that you deserve to live, put your foot down right now. Take no more BS. Take a risk and do whatever it takes so you can get there. Because guess what? That's what I'm doing. And I'm bringing 300 people with me to Project 1000 so we can do the same. And guess what? You're going to be a part of my Project 1000. I want you to get excited right now, because guess what? Your life is about to change. Project 1000 was invented so that we can help any and everybody who has the mindset and the heart and the determination and the will to do whatever it takes to deserve and earn and live the freedom and life that they choose to live. I mean, let's think about this. If you didn't have to wake up and clock into a 9 to 5, I want you to take 1 second. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a few seconds to think about this. Let's say it is a sunny Thursday morning, about 65 degrees. And let's say you wake up to the tea kettle going off. You go in the kitchen, you make you a cup of tea, you sit down, you read the newspaper, or maybe you're reading a book. And guess what you do after that? You go back and get in your bed. Because you get to live however you want. You get to wake up, make breakfast for your family, and maybe go downstairs in the basement and play a game of Monopoly. Because now your time is free and your money is free and you can live the way you want. If you're single like me, let's say one of your great friends call you and say, you know what? Let's fly out to Vegas tonight just to hang out. But guess what? Because your time and money is free, you can do those things. Why does it have to be a goal that's set for 40 years from now? You should want to live those dreams out today. Don't waste any time on your future, because guess what? We're not promised tomorrow. And the longer you prolong living your dreams, guess what? You're going to continue to have excuses, and you're not going to see that you get those things that you want. So whether it's becoming a member of Project 1000, whether it's just getting off your butt and starting that business that you've always wanted to start, whether it's getting back to a business that you started but you gave up on it, whether it's giving more energy at your job so you can get that promotion, whatever it is, you need to start getting up and doing whatever it takes so you can achieve the life that you want to live. So I want to talk about this Facebook post that I read yesterday. I was scrolling through my timeline, and one of the friends on my list on my timeline said, dreaming, I'm going to paraphrase, but it says something like, dreaming about winning the Powerball, fun thinking, But what if you could actually earn that amount of money? Matter of fact, you can earn that amount of money. It's all about how you think, what systems you have in place, and how far you're willing to go to fight the forces of evil. Do you know what those forces of evil are? The forces of evil can be a 9 to 5. It could be depression. It could be uh, weight gain. It could be illness. It could be sadness. It could be divorce. It could be any of those things. How do you fight those things if you don't believe in yourself? How do you fight those things if you're not up and energetic and happy and guided by God to get you to the next level of where you want to be? That's what Project 1000 is here to do. Project 1000 is here to help you get back up on your feet and to help you get back into the right direction that you needed to be in to get to the life that you want. I know that you want something different out of life because guess what? You're on this webinar tonight. And you know why I did this webinar tonight? Because I'm still not where I want to be. But guess what? This is a great start. I was supposed to have my first webinar probably like 2 months ago. And I did some promotions, but it was very lazy. I probably promoted maybe a few hours before the time, and I got one person to sign up. And let me tell you why I'm beating myself up for that now. Because what I should have done is have that webinar with that one person. Because regardless of who shows up, if I show up, then the show must go on. Because this is for my future. I'm doing this for me. And I'm opening up my money and my time so I can help others do the same. You want to get further in life? Change your mindset. You might have to change your circle of friends. I definitely had to do a clean sweep of mine because not everybody was on the team and rooting for me. If you've got people in your life or people in your circle or even people in your box of acquaintances, make sure that they are of sound mind and they want good things out of life. Obviously, we don't have to think the same things. We don't have to have the same goals. But I know from here on out, my friends will have goals. And they're going to be sensible goals, things that they can achieve and things that are going to take them to a higher level in life. Because if my friends aren't growing, then guess what? They're not helping me grow. And we don't have that type of time to waste. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with people that can help you get to the next level. And guess what? We have those people here in Project 1000. Once again, I have friends all over the world. They're a phone call away, an email away. I can hop on Skype. We can do webinars just like the one I'm doing right now. And I get to talk to my friends whenever I want. And not once am I ever concerned about them knocking me down, shooting down my ideas. We're all here to help each other. There's enough money for all of us. There's enough space for all of our creative minds to take our businesses and our lives to the next level. So if you're here tonight, I want you to lock arms with Project 1000, and I want you to get into a mind space where you can actually start to envision your future. You can envision your dreams becoming your reality. Just thinking about that right now gets me excited because guess what? I was so scared to do this webinar. I was nervous. But why be nervous? When you're sharing great things and you're encouraging others, what could go wrong? And I'm so glad that I got on here and that you guys got on here with me because guess what? We're going to start doing this every Wednesday night and this thing is going to get huge. I think I have about 12 to 15 of you guys on here tonight, but guess what? My goal is to get 100 or more people on these webinars every Wednesday because guess what? We're creating a culture here. And the culture that I want to create for my webinars are people that are hungry. You're hungry for life. You're tired of living someone else's dream. You're tired of doing something for someone else. You actually want to step out and do things for yourself and start living the life that you've always deserved to live. So I'm glad you got on here to listen about Project 1000 because Project 1000 just started, but it's going to get big. We have our next live event in Tennessee. Never been to Tennessee, so it's already a plus because I've never been there. And I get to go to Tennessee and meet up with my friends from all over the world. And we're going to mastermind, we're going to meet up, we're going to talk about life and congratulate each other on our endeavors, on the things that we've achieved in our businesses. We can ask questions and figure out what we need to do to take our next steps. And guess what? We get to just enjoy great company. How many of you are missing that from your life right now? Because before I joined Power Quantum, Project 1000, I was missing that in my life. I can remember as a kid, my mom, she used to be so loving. She would hug me anytime, give me kisses anytime. We could talk and laugh about everything. But guess what? Everybody goes through something. She's been going through something. And I can slowly but surely see the love and the affection and the happiness deteriorating from her life. And you know what? My goal is to eventually get her in a part of Project 1000 because she's lacking the love and the encouragement. And although I can help in that area, when two minds come together that are greater than one, bigger things happen. Things start to shift faster. And I know that Project 1000 is going to do that for a lot of people. We're here to let you know that guess what? You can do whatever you want in life. You can achieve all of your goals. All you have to do is believe. That's where it starts, with belief. You have to wake up every day and say, you know what? Thank you, God, for waking me up. I believe in myself, and I'm going to set out and do whatever it takes today to make sure that I secure my future and I begin to live the life that I've always wanted to live. At first, I couldn't say that. I was afraid to say that because I didn't think I deserved 6 figures a month. I didn't think I deserved my own house. I didn't think I deserved my own space to have my own gatherings and have my friends come over. I didn't think I deserved those things at first. And I've had some people to help out with that low self-esteem and that negative thinking. I've had some people in my corner that were only out for themselves and they didn't mind hurting me to get there. But guess what? Those people have been cleaned out. Now I have people surrounding me that are not only growing, but they're helping me grow. They're checking me if they see me say or do something that's out of character. They're encouraging when they see me getting down on myself. They help me if they see that there's a concept that I just can't quite grasp. But as a team, we get things done. And as a team, we're going to accomplish everything that we set forth to do because guess what? We believe in ourselves. We believe in each other. And I believe in you. So when we get off this webinar tonight, if you believe that there is a higher calling for your life, if you believe that you should be in an arena where you're able to touch people, uplift people, encourage people to do whatever it takes to fight for what they want, I want you to message me on Facebook. If we're not friends, send me a friend request. And then I want you to send me a message and say, you know what? That's it, period. I want to be a part of Project 1000. Because I promise you, once you lock arms with Project 1000, your entire life is going to change. I think I even skipped over the whole story about the post. So let me go back really quickly. My point of the post was a lot of us post things and we say we're dreaming. We might be thinking out loud, but we truly don't feel in our hearts that we can earn or obtain those certain things. As a teacher, the highest I can get to is probably about 100,000. When you think about taxes, Social Security, all the things that are coming out of my check, I'll never see it. But running your own business, doing whatever it takes to succeed, you can earn as much as you want as long as you put in the work. How would it feel for you if you woke up tomorrow morning and you got an email that said, congratulations, you earned a commission today. Congratulations, you earned residual income today. What if you started seeing those emails every day? What if you were able to replace your yearly salary within 90 days? What could that do for your life? What bills could you pay off? Maybe you could finally buy the car that you truly wanted. Maybe you could get those upgrades on your house. Maybe you could buy that boat so you can start taking your sons and daughters fishing or taking them out on boat rides just to enjoy the scenery. What could you do with that extra income? What if you could override your yearly salary and walk away from your job? That is what Project 1000 is here to do. We're here to help you put a system in place that is going to guide you to fulfilling each and every dream that you want by doing whatever it takes, because your future is important. Not only is it important to you, but it's important to me. Because what we do here is we do things as a team. And I don't feel good if I'm succeeding and you're not. It feels good to me when the entire team is succeeding because we all deserve it. You deserve it. And you got on this webinar tonight because you know you deserve it. So once again, when we get to the end of this webinar, please feel free to message me and just let me know what you need. I can help assist you get what you need so we can move you forward with doing whatever it takes to get the future that you want. All right, so a few things. I've got a couple of quotes that I want to leave you with tonight. These quotes touched me because we need more positive reading. We need more positive thoughts. And if you're not feeding your mind every day, whether it's with reading or audio, matter of fact, let me switch that. You should be feeding your mind every day with a book and some audio, something that is keeping your mind positive, something that is influencing you and changing the way you think. You need to get on top of that. If you need some help with some books and audio, please message me so I can help you out. And I'm going to leave you with these 3 quotes tonight. The first quote is, if you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things will change. Now, when I initially read this, it blew my mind. Because how many of us see something and instantly we get negative? You might get a flat tire and it'll change your whole mood. But what if you started looking at things differently? Maybe you got that flat tire because you're always on the move, you're always on the go, and God was just saying, sit still for 5 minutes and take a deep breath and just enjoy the present. What if he put you down for a couple of days and you couldn't go to work? And you're so frustrated because you've got so much work to do, but he's just telling you, take a deep breath, relax. It's going to be okay. Guess what? I didn't get here overnight. I never in a million years would have thought that I could do a webinar. I didn't think that I could encourage others to fight for their dreams, to ignore those that don't believe in them and believe in yourself enough to go for what you want. But guess what? Mentally, spiritually, I'm there now. And I'm here to share that with you and help you get to the next level, because guess what? You deserve your dreams. You deserve to live the life that you've always wanted to live. You deserve to not be stressed out or barred down by any 9 to 5, because God wanted us all to prosper. He wanted us all to be free and to live a great life. And most of us cannot do that with a 9 to 5. So once again, Project 1000, you need to be a part of it. Make sure you message me and we can get you started on that. My next quote, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Guess what? I don't know where in the world all this money is coming from to finish these renovations on this house, but I am living as if the money already exists. And you know what that's going to do for me? That's going to put the money in my pocket. And I know it because I believe it. And guess what? It's happening. and nobody's going to stop it. I'm ordering things, I'm making phone calls, I'm meeting up with people, I'm putting my house in the exact condition that I wanted. So when I move in May, I am happy, not content. I'm happy because I furnished it the way that I wanted. In order to live the life that you want in the future, you need to start living it now. Stop letting credit cards and bills and depression and other people's negative thoughts run your life. Sit down, make a plan for yourself, and guess what? Do whatever it takes to get there because you deserve it. The last quote for tonight, and this quote is from Thomas Edison. It says, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success before they quit." 6 months into being a part of Power Quantum, I thought about quitting. I hadn't reached the level that I had set for myself. I wasn't making the money that I wanted. I felt like I was wasting money on my education. And then you know what God said? No, 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 no. You aren't winning because you aren't doing whatever it takes. You're not making the money that you desire or that you deserve because you're not doing whatever it takes. If I tell you to do ABC, you're only doing A. If I tell you to do A, B, C, D, you're halfway getting through B and then you have an excuse. You can't do whatever it takes and have excuses. If your future matters that much to you, stand up today and get it done. If I told you, no matter how much it costs, whatever it is that you want to make a reality today, I'll give it to you, wouldn't you get up? Wouldn't you message me or call me and say, you know what, Nico, I'm ready to get started? So that's what you need to do. Put the picture of your reality, your future reality, in your face, and guess what? Decide to do whatever it takes to get there. And I promise you, you won't regret it. So once again, I want to thank you for getting on with me tonight. We will have another webinar next Wednesday. I will start sending out the topic and getting some feedback by Friday. Thank you so much. You guys inspired me because you registered and you signed up and you got on here tonight. And next time we get on, we will have the question and answer chat room open so we can actually go back and forth and talk and exchange ideas and viewpoints and get a little bit more interactive on the webinar. I love you all. I believe in you all. If you have dreams that are sitting in the back of your mind, in the back of your heart, pull them to the forefront, do whatever it takes, and let's get them done because you deserve to start living the life that you want. Project 1000, message me on Facebook, hashtag Project 1000 and put up a post or a status. I would love for you to do that and tag me in it. This has been awesome. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Wednesday.